Hello and welcome to Truth in Time as we walk along stone and story. The Great Wall of China is a monument of defense, labor, and national myth. Stretching thousands of miles, it weaves over mountains, deserts, and river valleys. But it is not a single wall built at once. It is many walls. Dynasties added, rebuilt, and repurposed sections across centuries for strategic reasons. The earliest foundations date back to regional states fighting in the Warring States period. In those fragmented times, rulers built walls to protect farmland and control movement. Then Qin Shi Huang unified much of China and linked fortifications together. His project aimed to deter nomadic raids and consolidate imperial authority. Soldiers, conscripts, and laborers pulled stone and tamped earth into long barriers. Construction methods varied: rammed earth, brickwork, and stone depending on terrain. On plains, walls used layered earth compacted inside wooden frames for stability. In rocky mountain passes, builders fit quarried stone precisely into defensive faces. When bricks were practical, masons produced standardized units for speed and strength. Beacon towers and watchtowers dotted the wall, serving as signals and observation points. Smoke by day and fire by night sent warnings across long distances. Gates controlled trade and regulated who could pass, collect taxes, or move troops. The wall was not merely military, it was infrastructure for state control. Logistics for such projects were staggering. Food, tools, and materials had to flow. Rivers and the newly built roads became lifelines for moving heavy stone loads. Laborers included soldiers, drafted peasants, and prisoners working in harsh conditions. Archaeological studies show camps, food remains, and burial sites near construction zones. Mortality was real. Some sections of the wall came to be called the longest cemetery, despite the human cost. Imperial rulers considered the wall vital for survival. Over time, Ming Dynasty builders favored bricks and tiles for durability and repair. The Ming Great Wall is the one most tourists recognize today near Beijing. These later sections featured stronger parapets, artillery platforms, and reinforced towers. Armies could move faster along the top. Resupply points were better organized. The wall's military effectiveness was complex. It blocked raids but did not end all conflict. Nomadic groups adapted, bypassed, bribed, or negotiated with frontier authorities. Trade across the frontier persisted, and the Silk Road threads ran nearby in places. Indeed, the wall sometimes functioned as a customs line for commerce and taxation. Merchants paid duties at passes, and caravans found both protection and regulation. Culturally, the wall became a blank canvas for symbolism and state ritual. Emperors staged ceremonies and inscriptions to link their authority with the stone barrier. Folklore and popular tales later recast the wall as a heroic national symbol. One enduring myth claims the wall is visible from the moon. It is not. Yet the wall's scale and visual presence are undeniably impressive from low orbit. Modern archaeology reveals patchwork, building phases, repairs, and localized innovations. Remote sensing and surveys map the wall's true length beyond tourist stretches. The Great Wall's route shifts with geography. it hugs ridgelines and skirts valleys. In deserts, wind and sand erode structures faster, exposing foundations and fragile forms. In mountains, walls survive better but remain difficult to maintain over centuries. Weathering, human reuse of bricks, and neglect have damaged many original sections. During some eras, local villagers removed stones for houses or temples nearby. In other times, rebellion and war tore sections, turning fortifications into siege prizes. The wall's narrative shifted in modern times toward heritage, nationalism, and tourism. In the 20th century, the People's Republic of China embraced the wall as national icon. Conservation efforts have aimed to preserve authentically while managing mass tourism impacts. Controversies arise: restore aggressively with new stone, or preserve fragile authenticity. Tourism funds preservation, but also accelerates wear and invites commercial exploitation. UNESCO designated sections as World Heritage in 1987, boosting global awareness and funds. Yet millions still visit annually, causing trampling, graffiti, and environmental pressure. Fresh debates question how to balance community needs with long-term conservation goals. The wall's human stories are hidden among stones, letters, tools, and daily artifacts. Excavations reveal pottery, coins, and household items left by workers and soldiers. These items humanize builders and frontier communities, linking grand walls to ordinary lives. Frontier garrisons developed local markets, marriages, and cultural exchanges with neighbors. Steppe nomads and agricultural communities interacted more than simplistic conflict narratives suggest. The Great Wall also shaped migration patterns and borderland identities across centuries. Military history aside, engineering lessons from the wall inform modern infrastructure thinking. The use of local materials, adaptive design, and phased construction remain relevant techniques. Historians study supply chains and labor organization to understand pre-modern state capacities. The wall exemplifies what sustained state investment can achieve for better and worse. Politically, it symbolizes central authorities' reach into peripheries and frontier governance. Culturally, poets and painters used the wall to reflect on human ambition and transience. Artists often painted ruins as reminders of time's erosion and empire's fragility. Writers used the wall as a metaphor for isolation, endurance, and separation across peoples. In wartime, occupiers and defenders read different meanings into the same stones. Modern Chinese education often presents the wall as a testament to continuity and strength. Internationally, visitors confront a mixture of wonder, critique, and complex histories. Conservation scientists now deploy drones, LiDAR, and geophysics to document at scale. These tools help identify underrecorded sections and prioritize restoration needs efficiently. Community-driven conservation includes training locals in heritage management and sustainable tourism. Grassroots initiatives empower village economies while protecting vulnerable wall segments. Some projects focus on rewilding surrounding areas to stabilize soil and reduce erosion. Climate change poses a new threat. Shifting precipitation and temperature patterns accelerate decay. In arid zones, wind-driven sand abrades bricks. In humid areas, biological growth worsens damage. The wall's future depends on science, policy, and community engagement working together. The Great Wall's meaning has also been contested in global debates about heritage repatriation. Scholars question single-story nationalist narratives and emphasize regional, plural histories instead. Multiple voices, local, national, and international, shape how the wall is presented today. Educational programs aim to teach complexity, empire, labor, adaptation, and environmental limits. Museums near the wall display artifacts, maps, and multimedia tracing centuries of change. Virtual reconstructions allow visitors to experience building phases without risking authentic ruins. Digital models help researchers test engineering hypotheses about ramp placement and lifting techniques. They also open access to global audiences who cannot travel to Gansu or Hebei provinces. The Great Wall reminds us how human effort can mobilize resources across massive distances. It also cautions about the social costs of grand projects undertaken without consent or safety nets. Many builders remain anonymous, their toil recorded only in mortar and disrupted soil. Memorials and interpretive sites now honor laborers and frontier communities previously invisible. The wall's story is not only triumph but also negotiation between nature and human will. Tourists often linger at commanding viewpoints, imagining ancient watchmen scanning the horizon. That imagination connects present-day viewers to centuries of daily vigilance and statecraft. The Great Wall endures because successive peoples invested in repair, memory, and meaning. It survives as a complex palimpsest, layers of stone, story, and social change. When we walk its paths, we travel through military history, engineering, ingenuity, and human resilience. The wall challenges us. What monuments will future generations inherit from our era? Will we build for endurance, equity, and environmental balance, or leave brittle legacies? Thank you for joining Truth in Time on this journey along stones that kept watch.